and welcome to Part 87 of my report on the McCarrick Report by Patrick Parson. Today we will begin Chapter 24, titled McCarrick's Activity and Holy See Decision-Making During the First 18 Months of Archbishop Viganò's Tenure as Apostolic Nuncio, Fall 2011 to Spring 2013. We are now on page 367 of the 449-page report. Chapter 24 is broken into three parts. Section A, McCarrick's continued activity during Archbishop Viganò's tenure as Apostolic Nuncio, Fall 2011 to Fall 2012. Section B, information received by Nuncio Viganò from Priest 3 and Cardinal Ullay's instructions to Viganò, August to November 2012. And Section C, McCarrick's activity during the transition from Pope Benedict XVI to Pope Francis, February to March 2013. Starting Section A, Archbishop Viganò was appointed Apostolic Nuncio to the United States by Pope Benedict XVI on October 19, 2011. According to a footnote on page 367, Viganò did not want to accept the appointment as Nuncio because he felt it would undermine his efforts to fight corruption in the Vatican. It is a shame that the report does not elaborate on that. But on the other hand, we haven't seen where the report really tries to uncover much corruption, to this point anyway. Cardinal Ullay, who was made prefect in late June 2010, recalled telling Viganò that McCarrick was supposed to adhere to certain restrictions due to rumors of his past behavior. However, a footnote says Viganò and Ullay never discussed a ban on public ministry or any other canonical sanction imposed in the name of the Holy Father, since neither had ever been imposed. In a 2018 statement, long after his retirement, Viganò wrote that upon arrival in Washington, D.C., he repeated the restrictions to Cardinal McCarrick during his first meeting with McCarrick. Viganò's version has McCarrick muttering perhaps he had made the mistake of sleeping in the same bed with some seminarians, but the report has McCarrick claiming no such meeting ever took place. After Viganò's appointment as Nuncio, McCarrick continued domestic and international activities, including serving with several USCCB committees, as well as being a member of the Catholic Relief Services Board of Directors and the CRS Foundation. McCarrick made public appearances both in Washington and elsewhere as speaker, being on television, receiving awards, and giving invocations at public events, including some where Viganò was either a host or participant. Nuncio Viganò even warmly referred to McCarrick at the Pontifical Mission Society's dinner, stating, quote, "His Eminence Cardinal Theodore McCarrick, he's an ambassador from quite a certain time, as a priest, as a bishop, as archbishop and cardinal, and very much loved from us all," unquote. A footnote also says Viganò expressed, quote, "warmth and affection," unquote, towards McCarrick behind the scenes at these events. So the report seems to be strongly suggesting Viganò is speaking from both sides of his mouth about McCarrick. Which side are we to believe? Also about this time, McCarrick maintained his high international travel routine, visiting 20 different countries, some more than once, from January 12 to January 13, also meeting with Pope Benedict XVI in Rome. McCarrick kept Viganò aware of his activities, even sending the Nuncio magazines with articles about or even by McCarrick. And a footnote on page 373 says, Nunciature personnel confirmed that Archbishop Viganò and Cardinal McCarrick shared a common interest in freedom of religion and freedom of conscience, and that they discussed such matters at meals, both at the Nunciature and at McCarrick's small house near the IVE Seminary in Maryland. Well, it looks like the report has Nuncio Viganò pegged. He had an ongoing working relationship with the very active McCarrick, and anything Viganò now suggests to the contrary just ain't so, Joe. We are pegged in our own way, too, and by a much higher source than a possibly biased report. God knows where we are in our own hearts, and will judge accordingly. Perhaps it would be wise to acknowledge our weaknesses and to ask for his forgiveness with the Fatima prayer. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, and lead all souls to heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy.